HBO's Task has followed the formula of being a cat-and-mouse game between Tom and Robbie throughout the majority of the series, but the finale will put a new twist on this premise. Leading the cast of characters in Task is Mark Ruffalo as Tom, an FBI agent in charge of a task force to capture the other series co-lead, Tom Pelphrey's Robbie, who was being investigated for a string of robberies and, eventually, homicides against the Dark Hearts gang. However, that premise was upended in Task Episode 6, which saw both Robbie and Lizzie die during a confrontation between the police and the Dark Hearts. With Robbie's tragic death, Task's initial plot being about Tom and Robbie on opposite sides of the law is complete. Instead, Task's series finale is set to replace Robbie with Tom's former ally as the criminal he must catch and apprehend. Task's cat-and-mouse formula applies to Tom and Grasso rather than Robbie in Episode 7. With Robbie's death, Task is reborn as Tom's new task at hand is to find evidence that Fabian Frankel's Anthony Grasso has been colluding with the Dark Hearts for years. While Tom was aware of a leak inside his own task force, he didn't confirm for himself that it was Grasso until Episode 6 ending, learning that he had sent Cliff to the wrong location so the Dark Hearts could deal with him instead. It's still unclear exactly why Grasso is working with the Dark Hearts and for exactly how many years the young detective's boss has secretly been giving them information, but Tom found out that he was previously looked into for tipping off the Dark Hearts in past investigations. However, with no charges officially being filed against Grasso, that was ignored when he was recruited into Tom's task force. Now that Grasso knows Tom is onto him, Task Episode 7 finds a new cat-and-mouse game between the two, with Grasso even taunting Tom with the suggestion that he won't find the proof he needs. However, similar to how Robbie's vulnerability with his kids and kindness made him more likely to get caught, Grasso's self-loathing and guilt over Liz's death may be the weaknesses Tom needs to catch him. How can Tom find proof that Grasso was leaking information to the Dark Hearts? Now that Tom knows Grasso was the leak, all he has to do is find proof. With Grasso seeming to keep to himself, Tom isn't likely to find those answers through his personal life. Rather, he may need to go directly to the Dark Hearts. Perhaps Tom will be able to find proof that Jamie McShane's task villain Perry killed Erin, leading Jason to turn on the gang and expose Grasso's role with them. Since Maeve now has all the money that Robbie secretly left for her and his kids, the Dark Hearts are coming after her in HBO's acclaimed miniseries. Maeve could potentially tell Tom about the money, which could allow him, Alea, and Kathleen to set a trap for Grasso and the Dark Hearts and reveal the truth. On the other hand, Task's finale could end up being a case of Grasso exposing himself by choosing to protect Maeve and Tom over the Dark Hearts. Since they want Maeve's money, the Dark Hearts and his boss may go too far and bring Grasso into the situation against his morals, which could lead to Grasso sacrificing himself to save her and allow Tom to expose all of them.